Hi folks, this is your MWIS Fleeting View looking into the weekend. Plenty of fine weather for many places. Some low cloud will drift into northwestern coastal districts, especially by Sunday. The wind fairly light overall, it'll feel quite pleasant where you're in the sunshine, but always have an extra layer handy because it will be rather cool on those higher tops. High pressure is building its way in from the west on Friday. That will dominate into the weekend. The westerly airflow coming in from the Atlantic, just bringing some cloud banks though onto those west and northwestern coastal mountains. Locally could be enough for an odd spot of rain, but mostly it's a dry story. Fine conditions for many. Sunshine best in central eastern parts of the Highlands, increasingly so for northern England as well. Low risk of an isolated shower for mid and south Wales. More of a northerly breeze across the Pennines and Wales. That will feel rather cool. Strongest over eastern tops in the Pennines in the morning. Fairly light winds overall for the Highlands. A similar story into Saturday. High pressure stays nearby. Fine conditions for most places. We'll see some patchy mist and fog in some of the valleys and the glens first thing in the morning. That will soon thin and disperse. Some patchy cloud banks could linger near to that northwest coast in the Highlands once again. Overall it's dry, a low risk of a shower, mainly mid and south Wales again by the afternoon, just locally inland. Some cloud bubbling up across England and Wales in general through the daytime, most of that above the hilltops though. And temperatures by the afternoon feeling pleasantly warm, especially central parts of Scotland where the highs may well reach 20 degrees in some of the glens. High pressure stays nearby but slips southwards on Sunday, enough to allow a strengthening westerly flow in from the Atlantic, and that becoming rather windy across northern mountains in Scotland at least. Weak fronts coming in from the Atlantic producing thickening cloud. Initially there may just be some variable cloud banks around some middle and lower slopes, the chance of even some higher tops being above the cloud for a time early in the day, but that cloud will increasingly fill in, lifting across most higher mountains to shroud them for a good part of the day to western coastal areas, that from lower elevations upwards with some blanket fog here. So all rather murky in the west with drizzly rain coming in as well along the coast. Inland a few spits and spots, but largely dry the further east you go, and the best chance of hanging on some brighter conditions and cloud breaks throughout the day will be towards the easternmost mountains in Scotland. England and Wales largely fine, some broken cloud and sun, but that cloud will also thicken here, maybe enough to shroud the coastal hills in the Western Lake District and northwestern parts of Wales as well. The outlook into next week is looking rather mixed, with those westerly winds prevailing and turning northwesterly into the middle of the week, looking rather chilly for a few days, dropping close to freezing point on the highest tops in Scotland, and some showers that will likely fall as some snow flurries across the Munros. Just the ticket for the first week of June. We'll keep up to date with those details, all your local information for 3 days ahead on our website. That is your Fleeting View. Thanks for watching.